Are you seriously not coming home again tonight?
And here I was hoping it was Daniel messaging me, or Michael, or Sam, but no, it had to be you. I was halfway to blushing, and now I just feel bored. You know, you could at least try to sound like a man when you text. Something with a little heat, a little fire.
Well, by process of elimination, that must mean you're with John tonight, aren't you?
Ding, ding, ding! Look at you! Took you long enough to figure out my rotation. Honestly, I'm impressed. For once, you're not completely clueless.
This makes 4 nights in a row. Do you even plan on coming home this week?
You say that like I live there. That house is more your sad little cave than a home. And honestly, between you nagging me and John booking us that suite next weekend, why would I bother?
Yeah, how stupid of me to expect common courtesy from you. By the way, you left divorce papers on the table yesterday. Now you're texting like none of that happened?
Oh, that? Please, that was a penalty. You didn't have dinner ready when I came home, and the living room was a disaster. Honestly, the vibe was off. I just thought you needed a reminder of how easily I can destroy you.
You can't keep threatening divorce every time you get annoyed. It's manipulative and exhausting.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you not enjoying the emotional roller coaster that is being married to me? I'm the one deciding not to divorce you, and that's the real gift here. You should be thanking me for my mercy.
Mercy? You cheat openly, you vanish for days at a time, and now you're claiming it's a favor to stay married?
Yes, because I could destroy your life with a single signature. Let's not forget you work for my father's company. You lose me, you lose the family, the connections, your career, and the nice shiny title they let you pretend you earned.
You really think I married you for your last name?
I think you enjoyed what came with it. You got the car, the promotion, the sleek new wardrobe. You became someone people actually noticed, and it's all thanks to me. And now, in return, I get to live exactly how I want, doing what I want with who I want.
First of all, whom? Second, does this mean you're saying I should accept all of this just so I can keep a job?
No, I'm saying you should stay in your lane. Be a good little boy. Keep your mouth shut and keep collecting your perks. I get John tonight, Daniel in the morning, and Michael on Sunday. And you? You get to keep pretending we're some kind of power couple. Isn't that enough?
You're flaunting your affairs like they're status symbols. You do realize infidelity has legal consequences, right?
Oh my God, the drama. Go ahead, call a lawyer. Let's see who wins that war. You'd better have deep pockets and thicker skin than you've shown so far.
I'm not afraid of you. Not anymore.
You should be. You divorce me, you don't just walk away. You fall. You fall all the way down. No job, no support, no future. And the best part? No one will care. Because everyone in that company knows who really holds the power, and spoiler alert, it's not you.
Maybe I'd rather lose everything than keep living like this. Did you ever think about that?
Oh, please, you've gotten used to the taste of luxury. You're not walking away from that. I'm giving you a deal. Keep your mouth shut, stop playing the wounded puppy, and let me live my life. You make one wrong move, one pathetic little complaint, and the next time the divorce papers won't be symbolic. They'll be certified, signed, and filed.
You honestly believe none of this will ever catch up to you?
What can I say? I'm untouchable. You're just the man who married too far above his station and couldn't keep up. So do yourself a favor and stop embarrassing both of us. Now, if you'll excuse me, John just got back with the wine and strawberries. Try not to cry yourself to sleep again. It's getting tedious. Bad little servant yet again. I walked inside and what did I find? Nothing. There was no dinner, no flowers, no sense of welcome or gratitude for my staying married to you. It was like returning to a motel room with a manager who wears cologne that just smells like broken dreams and disappointment.
I didn't even know you were coming home. You didn't say a word about your plans. How was I supposed to have dinner ready for you?
If you wanted to stay my husband, you should have anticipated my needs. Do I really have to spell everything out? A proper partner would have had a bottle of wine open and something French simmering on the stove.
Right. So do me a favor and help me understand the rules of this little game of yours. You vanish for 4 days, waltz in unannounced, and I'm the one penalized for not reading your mind?
I'm not playing anything. I'm just holding you to a higher standard. Think of the divorce forms as, performance evaluations, and you're currently failing.
Whatever. Are you coming home tonight?
No, tonight is Daniel's night. We're going to that jazz bar I told you about. You know, the one you said was too pretentious. He booked us a corner booth and everything. That place has real atmosphere. It's so very adult.
I think you missed a few letters on the end of your sentence there, namely E, R, and Y. Anyway, I thought you should know. I'll be leaving early tomorrow.
What? Where are you going?
Oh, are you pretending to care now? I'm going out of town on business. It was a direct assignment from your father.
Oh, how romantic. A week without you. Just imagine the peace and quiet I'll finally get.
Just so you're aware, I won't be home. No meals, no bath drawn, no one to clean up after ya.
Poor baby. You're not going to be around to play housekeeper. I'll manage. In fact, I already have the week fully booked. Monday is Michael, Tuesday is Sam, then Daniel again, then John's flying in on Friday. Honestly, you leaving just opened up more time for me to live my best life.
This is sick. You're treating our marriage like a clearance calendar for affairs.
And you're still pretending it's a marriage. That's cute.
You really don't see how close this is to collapsing from beneath you.
Oh, I see it just fine, but you're not going anywhere.
So why is there yet another divorce form on the table? We haven't even seen each other in the past week. What in the world could I have done to earn your ire this time?
Oh, you noticed that. I was starting to worry you had completely checked out. Yeah, I left it there as a little welcome home surprise. It's not my fault you've become so boring that divorce paperwork is the only thing in this house that gets a reaction out of you.
You didn't answer the question. What did I do to offend you this time?
Don't play dumb with me. I found your little toy, the one you so cleverly stashed under the bed, as if I wouldn't notice. A voice recorder. Really? That's your big move? You might as well have left a note that said, "Please confirm my wife is more desirable than I am." Or maybe you're really into that sort of thing, huh? Is that it? Did you want to hear what I sound like when I really enjoy myself? Come to think of it, you've never heard that before, have you?
I see. I guess you found it.
Of course I found it. You honestly thought I wouldn't notice something shoved under the mattress like a science experiment? I found it, I listened to about 10 seconds, and then I deleted everything. Then I poured myself a drink and had a good laugh about how sad you've become. And then me and Daniel, well, you know.
Seriously, you can stop trying to hurt me with all your sordid talk about your affairs. I knew you would cheat. I just wanted proof.
You wanted proof, Eric. You wanted validation. You wanted some tangible excuse to justify the fact to yourself that I haven't allowed you to touch me in months. Meanwhile, I've been letting the men who actually deserve me have their way with me. You think planting a microphone somehow gives you the moral high ground? That it makes you more of a man?
I planted it because every instinct I had told me the moment I left town you'd treat our marriage like a joke again. And clearly I wasn't wrong.
You weren't wrong. I cheated. Of course I did. What do you expect from a woman married to someone like you? You're emotionally vacant, dull in every possible way, and frankly a dead weight. If I didn't have Daniel and Michael and John, and let's not forget Sam, I'd go insane.
You do realize what you're saying, don't you?
I'm saying it loud and clear, just like I've been doing for months. If you can't handle who I really am, then stop pretending we're still in some kind of sacred union. We're a contract, Eric. You get status and I get freedom. That's the deal.
Yeah, some deal that was, huh? Anyway, any deal we may have once had is off. I'm not doing this anymore.
Excuse me?
No, I need to be more direct. Okay, here it is. I filed for divorce this morning.
You did what?
I went to the courthouse, signed everything, and handed it in. The filing is official. I'm moving out tonight. Is that clear enough for you?
You cannot be serious.
I've never been more serious about anything in my entire life.
You idiot! You're actually going to throw away everything I've given you over this. You're walking away from the company, the title, the promotion, all your dreams and aspirations over a personal grudge? Your stupid, hurt feelings?
That promotion never existed. The position you think I was chasing was never mine to begin with.
That's ridiculous. My father said you were being considered for succession.
He said that to make you feel better about the arrangement, but that's not the whole story. To be more precise, that's not the story at all. He made it all up. The board never saw me as a candidate. The only two people under serious consideration are your cousin and the finance director. I was never part of that conversation.
Then I don't get it. Why did you marry me?
Because my grandmother and your mother have been close friends for over 40 years. They thought that the two of us would do well together, and since we were both single at the time, they decided to set us up. And you acted like someone I could build a life with. You were charming, thoughtful, and gave the impression that you valued stability. And I believed it until the mask slipped.
So what? All of this was some kind of setup? You were just playing along?
No, I meant every word I said on our wedding day. But the person I thought I married ceased to exist the moment you started treating infidelity like a sport. You stopped pretending to care when you realized I wouldn't worship you for humiliating me in my own home.
This is unbelievable. You're making a huge mistake. You think you'll land on your feet after walking away from everything we've built?
We didn't build anything, Samantha. You built a fantasy where you were untouchable. And I let you believe in it for far too long. But it ends now.
Okay, can you please drop the whole "I've got you right where I want you" act? You're clinging to that ridiculous recorder like it's your smoking gun. But in case it slipped your mind, I already deleted the files. Every single second of that audio is gone, wiped clean, and there is absolutely nothing you can do about it.
Did you really think I was that poorly prepared? The recorder was a decoy, something I placed knowing full well that you would find it. I needed a distraction, something to make you feel safe while I took the time to gather real evidence. Evidence you never saw coming.
What the hell are you talking about? What real evidence? Don't tell me you're going to invent something now just to feel powerful for once in your life.
There were 2 hidden cameras you never noticed, and both were recording for weeks. One was placed inside the bookshelf in the office, nestled between the old legal manuals you never bothered to touch. The other was disguised as an air purifier in the corner of the bedroom, quietly documenting everything without drawing a second glance.
That's a lie. You're making this up. You don't have the guts to actually go that far.
I don't need you to believe me. The footage speaks for itself. Michael giving you a back massage on our bed, John pouring champagne while you danced in your robe, Daniel sitting at my desk with his feet up like he owned the place. Every moment is captured, clearly dated, and backed with sound.
You seriously installed surveillance equipment without telling me? You spied on me in my own house?
No, I documented what was happening inside my own home in a space where I had every legal and moral right to protect myself. You crossed the line months ago, and I simply stopped pretending I couldn't see it.
You set me up. This was all some sick trap from the beginning. I'll bet you even lied to me about that business trip you said my dad sent you on.
No, that was the truth. You were the only one bringing lies into our relationship. And as for the spying allegations, you gave me no choice. I tried talking to you, reasoning with you, even ignoring the first few signs. But the moment you started giving me your adulterous itinerary every time I was out of the house for a few hours, I realized there was nothing left to salvage. So yes, I documented what I needed to, because I knew you would never stop unless someone forced you to.
I am still not afraid of you. Even if you have something, no one is going to care. You think people will be shocked that a bored wife had a little fun? Please, you're the one who's going to look desperate dragging all this out in public.
I'm not dragging anything. From this point forward, I won't be speaking to you directly again. All communication will go through my attorney.
Oh, for God's sake, you really think I'm scared of your lawyer? I'll just call my father and have him deal with it. He'll cover whatever ridiculous compensation you're trying to squeeze out of this. He always takes care of me, and this won't be any different.
That's where you're wrong. Your father already knows. We sat down last week, just the two of us, and I showed him all the photos, footage, and time-stamped logs of your activities. He didn't argue. He didn't deny it. He looked me in the eye and said, I spoiled her too long. Let her clean up her own mess this time.
You went behind my back and talked to my father?
I didn't go behind your back. I did what any man would do when his reputation, livelihood, and name were being dragged through the mud by the woman who was supposed to be his partner. Your father said you needed to face the consequences for once in your life, and that he would no longer be shielding you from the fallout. He was very clear about that.
No, he wouldn't say that. He's always backed me. He doesn't just cut me off like that.
He has, and I think deep down you know exactly why.
Eric, listen to me. Maybe we don't have to go through with this. I was actually planning to come home next week. I've been thinking a lot, and I might finally be ready to settle down. Yeah, I think it's time to stop all of this. We can start fresh, just the two of us. We can put this all behind us and live happily ever after.
You had every opportunity to make our marriage a happily ever after story from the very beginning, and each time you chose your own selfish desires over me. I don't believe a word of this. You're not ready to settle down. You're just afraid of facing the consequences.
That's not true. We had good moments, right? You're willing to throw all of that away?
What we had was a performance, and I'm finally stepping off the stage.
Then let's talk at least, face to face. No lawyers, just us.
My attorney's name and contact information are in the letter I left on the living room table. If you have anything further to say, you can direct it to him.
Eric, please, wait. Just talk to me. One more conversation. We don't have to end it like this. Molly. I have a question. Oh, Emma? Long time no see. Has it been that long since we texted? Yeah, because our kids are no longer going to the same school. You're right. It's been around 4 months since our kids graduated kindergarten. Wow, 4 months already? Well, our lifestyle changed after our kids got into elementary school. Time flies by fast when you're busy with all kinds of things. You're right. And what was your question? Oh, yes. The teacher called James Kurt at West Elementary School. He became Minnie's homeroom teacher. I see. James is actually my brother. I knew it. When I saw his face, I thought he kind of resembled you. Then I remembered you telling me that your last name before getting married was Kurt, so I guessed he might be your brother. When I asked Minnie to check with him at school, it turns out I guessed right. I see. Well, there were many kids who went to West Elementary School from our kindergarten, so I feel like some of the other moms are also aware about my brother. Maybe. I think I'm the only one who actually went to check if it was him after I realized. Really? Oh, we were good mom friends, you know, so I think I'm taking the lead. What lead? Oh, it's nothing.
Can we talk for a second?
Hi, James. Thanks for coming to Riley's birthday party the other day.
No problem. I'm glad you invited me to my adorable niece's birthday party.
She loved your present. I was impressed by how you understood kids so well, as expected from an elementary school teacher.
Nah, I just selected something that I thought Riley would like from what's trending right now.
And you made the right choice. It made Riley so happy. Plus, she even got Melinda's autograph.
Oh, when I told Melinda that Riley was her fan, she happily signed it for her.
I always get surprised by your connections with all the famous people.
I'm nothing. It's just that Melinda is great.
But thank you anyways.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Oh, sorry. Can we get to the main point now?
Oh, my bad. What was your question?
It's not really a question. I want advice? No, I just want to check.
Okay, what's wrong?
Is there someone called Emma Jones among your mom friends from kindergarten?
Oh, yes. She asked me about you a while ago. You became the homeroom teacher of Minnie, her daughter, right?
Yup. It might sound weird to ask this, but she has a husband, doesn't she?
Huh? Yeah, she does. I sometimes saw him back when our kids still went to the same kindergarten.
I see. I've never heard about her being a single mother, and I don't think she's divorced either.
What happened?
How should I say this? Emma has been making a move on me for some reason.
Make a move on you?
We had to exchange numbers as the homeroom teacher and parent of the student.
Oh, so you exchanged numbers with her, huh?
But that's not against the school rules. Because of that, I can't really say no if she says that she wants advice about her daughter's performance at school.
I see.
Since then, she's been sending me weird poems every day, and also heavily edited selfies of herself.
Gosh.
I replied to her saying that I didn't want her to text me except for when she really needed advice about her daughter, but then she waited for me at the station, and she tried to hug me in a very revealing dress that showed a lot of her cleavage.
Huh?
The other day, she visited my mansion on my day off saying she'll cook for me. She tried to come in uninvited with all the ingredients she bought from the supermarket. I obviously made her go home. Thank God my mansion had good security.
She even knows your address?
I moved into another place a while ago, remember? I ended up being neighbors with her.
I see. I'll talk with Emma then.
You sure?
Yeah, we're not that close as mom friends now, so I don't think it would be too much of a problem.
Thanks, but don't push
James, your sister told me about it. Oh, my sweetheart, you should have told me sooner.
Hello, Mrs. Jones. I'm sorry, but what are you talking about? And as your daughter's homeroom teacher, I'm open to any questions about your daughter and opinions you may have, but I would like to ask you to stop contacting me about private matters.
Oh, I'm sorry. You've been waiting for me all this time after I realized you were waiting for me to go to you, crossing my boundary as your student's parent. I thought I had to end things as soon as possible.
End things?
Yes, so I just ended things now. Now we can finally.
What are you talking about?
What I mean is, I got a divorce, Mr. Kurt. Do you get it now?
Divorce?
I lost feelings for my husband for a while now. I kept the divorce papers he threw at me when we got into a fight before, so I went to submit it to the city office just now.
Huh? Are you serious?
I'm always serious. I told my husband that I wanted a divorce and I boldly left the house. I actually made my decision to give my husband custody over to our daughter.
I thought my sister told you that I have a fiancé.
Yes, of course. I was so surprised when Molly told me. I never thought you loved me to that extent.
Huh? Why would you interpret it that way?
Oh, Mr. Kurt, I'm already divorced, so there's no reason for us to wait now. I'm moving in with you starting today.
Mrs. Jones?
Call me Emma from now on. James. Oh my gosh, I finally got to tell you this.
I guess you didn't understand what my sister told you then.
No, I completely understood, so I agreed to be your fiancé and move in with you. I'm always ready to accept the feelings you have for me.
I guess I have no other choice now. Let me be very clear with you.
Oh, you're proposing to me?
Last night, my sister told me that she didn't know if you understood correctly. So as a result of talking with my fiancé, I went to submit our marriage papers this morning.
Huh? I don't remember filling them in yet. And for women, they have to wait for 100 days before getting remarried.
I'm telling you that you're not my fiancé, Mrs. Jones.
Huh?
Let me introduce the beloved of my life to you.
What?
I bet you know her too, Mrs. Jones. Her name is Melinda Knox.
Huh? Melinda Knox? Are you talking about Melly? The model, the actress, and award-winning writer?
Yes.
No way. How?
She was my junior at college. We've been dating since then.
Huh?
So, because she's a celebrity, I couldn't tell you her name until now, and I'm very sorry about that. But as I have been telling you all this time, I don't feel the same way about you.
No way. I already got a divorce with my husband. Oh, this is too much.
I've been rejecting you.
Is this Mr. Kent Davidson's contact?
Yes, that's me.
My name is Teresa, and I'm a lawyer. Nice to meet you.
A lawyer? What does a lawyer want from me? First of all, how do you know my number?
Let me explain to you later. I would like to ask you a question first. Do you know Iris Smith?
Huh? Iris? Well, yes, I used to date her.
Yes, I know. Actually, 2 months ago, we found out that she was pregnant.
Okay, I see. I'm happy for her. Tell her that I said congratulations.
Why are you being so objective? She's pregnant with your baby.
What?
Your ex-girlfriend got pregnant with your baby. Therefore, we would like you to pay $1 million as child support. If you refuse, we're ready to meet you at court.
Wait, huh? What do you mean?
Iris got pregnant, and you're the baby's father. But Iris does not want to marry you, so she is asking you to just pay for child support. In order to have a discussion, she hired me. I asked Iris for your number, and I reached out to you.
No, wait a minute. There is no way Iris is pregnant with my baby. It's already been 5 years since we broke up. The last time we met was like 3 years ago. I also moved to another place, so we never really kept in touch. Isn't it impossible?
Iris told me that you two met a few months ago. She said the only man she went out with was you in the past few months. We are sure that she's pregnant with your baby.
You're sure about it? Where does the confidence come from?
We will have you pay $1 million as child support. If you agree to pay, you don't have to fulfill your duties as the father, and you do not have to meet her child as well. But if you refuse to pay, we have no choice but to bring the case to court, have you admit about the baby, and pay for child support by force. From my perspective, I do not mind if you would rather bring the case to court, but because we would have to pay for extra fees to bring the case to court, I advise you to pay $1 million right away.
No, but you never know if the baby father is really me until the baby's born. What are you gonna do if I'm not the baby's father? If I wasn't but still paid for it, this could be considered fraud. Can't we handle this after the baby takes DNA tests?
What? What are you saying?
Huh? Why are you acting like that all of a sudden?
You're being suspicious of me and Iris just because you don't want to pay? Iris doesn't want to cause any trouble for you, so she's just asking you to pay some child support. But here you are being suspicious of a fraud? How rude are you?
No, please, come down. I just pointed out something that didn't make sense in your logic. I really haven't seen Iris for over 3 years, and we don't even keep in touch. It doesn't make sense that you suddenly texted me saying I have to pay money because she got pregnant. You don't listen to what I have to say and only talk about Iris's side of the story. You're talking like it's already decided that I'll pay and that you'll win the court case. Everything doesn't make sense and everything is suspicious. I think it's natural that I'm suspicious of this being a fraud.
Don't you have a heart? You impregnated a woman before her marriage, and you don't even have to take responsibility. You are a horrible person.
I'm telling you that I'll pay if the baby is really mine. I need proof that Iris and I met a few months ago. After the baby is born, we'll take some DNA tests, and if it shows that I'm the father, I'll obviously ask for a certificate of proof in that case. But if I'm really the father, it shouldn't be much of a problem for you.
Of course it would. What about Iris's living expenses until the baby is born and the hospital fees when she gives birth? You are really not considerate about Iris's feelings and her livelihood. In the end, you're trying to run away, making everything vague. If you refuse to pay right now, we can bring this case to court.
Okay, then, just make it a court case.
Huh?
When I tell you that I'm willing to pay, you assume that I'm just lying. And when I tell you I don't want to pay, you treat me like a bastard. What am I supposed to do? Let's settle this at court, then.
Huh? Wait a minute. Wait, I'm talking about the real court. Are you sure?
I'm telling you that I'm ready. It's better than having an endless discussion with you.
But I'm a lawyer. Are you sure about this? You have absolutely no chance of winning. I advise you to pay without bringing this case to court.
Then let me ask you, I'm a lawyer too. Are you sure about this?
What?
I'm a certified lawyer, and that's my career. I'm still a newbie, but I do have some experience, and I don't think I'll lose against you with many logical fallacies.
Huh? You're a lawyer?
Yes! Does that give you a disadvantage?
No, it doesn't, but...
By the way, your name is Teresa, correct? Can you tell me your full name and also which agency you're from?
Huh? Agency? I'm not.
Oh, are you a freelancer? Then can you tell me your registration number?
Why are you asking me this? It's none of your business.
I want to look you up on the internet. If I can get your registration number, I can find your name. If only you are a real lawyer, though.
You're saying that I'm a fake?
I just want to make sure. There's a lot of fraud recently involving fake lawyers trying to steal money. That's against the law number 27. Saying you'll bring the case to court without proof is a threat. You told me to pay money, so you're also guilty of extortion. You could also be guilty of fraud. You might be taken in by the police. It's important to check.
Huh?
So I need you to tell me your registration number. If you can't tell me, that means you were faking your identity, so I will inform the police.
My registration number is, 678.
Huh? 678? The minimum amount of digits for a registration number is 4, and if it's just 4 digits, you'll be considered a very experienced lawyer. Miss Teresa, how long have you been a lawyer?
So that's...
Come on, I know that you're Iris.
Huh? No, I'm not. I'm Teresa, the lawyer hired by Iris.
Gosh, it's obvious already. All lawyers can say their registration number as soon as they're asked. And what kind of lawyer would text through messages? You were trying to speak very politely, but the way you talked was pretty obvious. You can't hide your identity just by changing your name and icon. I kinda knew from the very beginning.
Ugh, if you knew, you should have just told me from the beginning. I didn't know you became a lawyer. Ugh, what a nightmare.
That's exactly what I'm feeling. I didn't know my ex was a criminal. Getting pregnant with your ex's baby who you broke up with 5 years ago? You really thought you could make money out of that lie?
Shut up. I actually got pregnant, but the baby's father ran away, so I'm desperate to get money. Being a single mother is hard. You get that?
I do feel you, but what you did is fraud, so I called the police.
Huh? What?
As I told you before, pretending to be a lawyer is forbidden by law, and if you ask for money, you could be guilty for threatening and fraud. I told you that you could be taken in by the police. That's why I called the police on you.
Huh? You have to be kidding.
I'm dead serious. Thank God I was calm. You were trying to deceive $1 million from me, right? You kinda sounded like this wasn't your first time, so I bet you're used to doing this. You should go get arrested.
Wait, you have to be joking. No, I never intended to deceive you. I just needed money for the baby. I never intended to get involved in a fraud.
Okay, you should tell that to the police officers, not me. Try your best so that you won't end up in prison. I'm not gonna be your lawyer, though. Of her exes demanding money, and she had deceived a total of around $400,000. Plus, she was on probation from another case, so she ended up with a prison sentence, and she was thrown into jail. She had to give birth while in prison, and after the baby was born, her relatives would be taking care of the baby until she gets out. By the time she gets out, her child would be old enough to attend elementary school. For her child's sake, I hope she learns to become a better person.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Noah, you're still living with Mom and Dad?
Oh, sis, why are you texting me all of a sudden? What's wrong with living with my parents?
It's pretty obvious. Judging from the way you reply, I guess you're still with them.
I am, but what's your problem?
Move out within a week.
Huh?
I'm going home soon.
Huh? You're coming back? Aren't you going overboard for telling me to move out just because you're visiting?
Hey, I'm not just visiting. I'm giving birth.
Huh? What? You were pregnant?
Yep, I'm still 4 months in, but my husband is going on a long business trip, so he won't be home. I decided to spend the rest of my pregnancy with my parents.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I never told you.
Don't tell me you haven't told our parents too.
Yeah, I haven't told them.
If you're coming home, you better give us an explanation first. You were always selfish. Because of you, it's us who end up in trouble. You have to stop.
Well, I already arrived at the station.
Huh?
My suitcase is really heavy, so I'm getting a taxi. You pay the fee for me.
You're already here.
Hey, Noah? Looks like you still haven't started packing to move out. I hope at least you're done with looking for a new apartment. I don't care if you come crying to me. You're leaving next week no matter what.
What is it all of a sudden?
I already told you, you have to leave within a week.
Why do I have to be the one to leave?
Huh?
You still have your room that you used to live in when you were single. Mom cleaned it up for you in a rush. You already have a place to stay. There's no need for me to leave.
Gosh, I can't believe you. You've never had a girlfriend your whole life.
Huh?
You want me, who's pregnant, to live with a germ like you?
Germ?
Even if you're my brother, I don't want to stay with a filthy, jobless guy like you.
What? I take a shower every day, change my clothes every day, and clean my room regularly. What makes me look filthy to you? First of all, how dare you call me jobless? I have a job.
Okay, are you done making excuses?
Excuses?
I know you want to say that you're working from home on your computer, so you're not jobless. Who would believe that excuse that all jobless guys use?
I really work from home.
I'm telling you, I don't believe you. Come on, stop lying.
You don't even try to listen.
I'm just telling you the truth. It's a good opportunity for you to learn how to live independently. You should move out from our parents' house, look for a job, and learn how to make a living like a normal adult.
Did you tell Mom and Dad about that?
Nope.
I knew it.
Even if I told them, they're just gonna spoil you and take your side. You better get ready quickly while I'm still talking nicely to you. After that, I'll tell them that you regretted being dependent on them and decided to move out.
Well, I don't really care about that, but let me check with you about something. If I move out now, I'm never coming back. Are you sure you're okay with that?
Of course I'm fine. I'm sure Mom and Dad would thank me happily. So you just go get ready without worrying much and move out.
Hey, sis, where did you put the envelope that was in my room?
That's not important. Hurry up and leave. What was inside that envelope? I don't know what you're doing, but there were so many drawings of girls inside. Disgusting.
They're materials for my work. I knew you took it. Give it back to me now.
They were disgusting. I ripped them and had the truck collect them as garbage today.
What did you say? I was going to use them for my meeting I had today with my clients. I have to print them out again now. What are you thinking?
It's your fault for having something so disgusting.
Gosh, I never thought that something like this would happen because I can't lock the door of my room.
You should just move out. Just thinking about you living in the same house as me has bad effects on my baby.
I was just about to leave, but I think I'm gonna have to leave later because you ripped all the drawings inside the envelope.
Huh? Really? Oops, I shouldn't have done that.
Listen, don't you ever come into my room again!
If you're moving out,
What are you talking about?
did you tell my husband? You absolutely didn't have to.
I had no other choice. You kicked me out of the house. Don't be so mad about me complaining to my brother-in-law.
I am in so much trouble because you reached out to him.
What trouble?
My husband and his parents are here. I thought I was safe after lying about it to our parents.
Oh, I guess I was right.
Huh?
I kinda knew. I was guessing that you came back because you got divorced.
Huh?
And the baby you're pregnant with, the baby father is not your husband.
Hey!
He found out about your affair and you got pregnant with the other guy's baby, so you ran away because you didn't want to pay for compensation.
Shut up.
You told our parents that your husband cheated on you and he might win custody over the baby because of financial reasons. I bet you came up with a good excuse to let you stay. Who's taking advantage here?
Wait a minute. When did you exchange numbers with my husband? How come? I thought you barely interacted with him.
Oh, yeah, I came across him at work.
Work? I thought you were jobless.
I'm not jobless. Your husband works at a publishing company, right? I work as the illustrator of some of the novels they publish. When I visited the company for a meeting, I ran into him in the lobby and we exchanged contacts there.
Huh?
Let me tell you another thing. The drawings you ripped the other day were the character design for the new novel, and I got them ready for a meeting we had.
What the hell? My husband didn't tell me anything.
I guess he was already suspicious about your affair.
Huh?
Well, I had no idea back then. When I complained about you kicking me out of the house to your husband, he told me that you weren't really back to give birth, but because you actually had no choice.
What?
Oh, there's one more thing I want to tell you.
What?
The house you're living in now, it's actually under our aunt's name.
Huh? Auntie?
Dad's sister.
Huh? Why?
Dad got fired because of a layoff at his company.
Fired?
Well, considering the stagnating economy, I'm kind of sympathetic towards the company, but the problem is what happened after that.
Huh?
I guess he went a bit crazy. There was a time when he got obsessed with gambling. He has a debt of $3 million now.
3 million?
My aunt came to our rescue and she paid back the debt on his behalf. In return, the house became her possession. She had a requirement. She'd kick us out if we mess up again.
I didn't know all of this.
Well, we've been able to live a peaceful life until now, thanks to her, but because you suddenly came home, our peaceful lives were disrupted.
Huh?
After you kicked me out, Dad and Mom didn't even bother to worry about me. They told the neighbors that they didn't need me if that's what it takes to live with their grandchild. And Auntie heard about that. I'm sure that she'll demand you guys move out soon.
No way. Why?
It's all because you kicked me out, you lazy sister!
Oh, no.
Oh, also, the $150,000 I've been transferring to the family's bank account every month for living expenses?
Huh?
I already moved out, so I'll stop transferring.
No way. You were giving them that much every month?
Yup. Dad's only been working part-time since he got fired, and Mom refuses to work, saying her menopause is affecting her health too much. So I guess they're counting on your income now.
Huh? Wait a minute, I don't have a job.
Then why don't you get move into? All the updates from her is basically her asking me to lend her money. It's easy to help, but I know that wouldn't help her and our parents in the long run, so I've been leaving her on read. Plus, because she doesn't know who the baby's father is, she couldn't ask anyone for child support. But my niece did nothing wrong, so when she finds her passion in the future, I plan to save up some money now to support her.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Ava, are you out being a boring business girl yet again today? I'm sure you meant that to be a funny diss or something, but you're the only one that's laughing right now. Must mean you have nothing going on, like usual. Oh, well, I'll have you know that I'm actually super busy right now. So busy, in fact, that you should be thankful I'm taking the time to talk with you now. Even though you aren't working a job, are you at least busy enough to help Mom with her hospital bills now that she's back in the hospital again? Because right now, I'm the only one that's been doing anything to support her through this battle. I don't have to work for myself or any of you guys. I already get enough from Dad's inheritance as it is, so I'm fine. You do realize that you took most of that money from Mom, so it's not something to brag about. If I remember correctly, the amount he gave to you in his will disappeared in a matter of days, right? Did you end up spending all of that on different guys or something? And that's why Mom allowed you to have some of her money? Yeah, I sure did spend it going out with some other men, but what's wrong with that? And either way, it would eventually become my money once she's gone. Oh, and you decided to give up your inheritance to Mom, right? I suppose when you work a lot and have no free time to spend any of your earnings, there's no point in getting an inheritance anyway. So why not let me have more money if you're not going to spend it? I never said that I gave any of that money given to me away. Please stop trying to overstep your boundaries and make up lies about what I say, okay? And by the way, don't you think you should come to see Mom in the hospital at some point? She's been asking to have us both here as we're her only family, and it's lonely without the two of us. I don't really care to at the moment, and luckily I have you to be by her side for me. After all, you are way too serious to do anything besides be by Mom's side, you loser. That's probably the reason why Jason cheated on you as well. What are you on about? Are you telling me that you found out that Jason is cheating on me? Because I told him to keep all of that a secret so we didn't get questioned anymore. It's not just that I found out about it, but the fact that he's cheating on you for me. Huh? You really never knew about that? Thank goodness I finally told you, or you'd be stuck wondering about that forever, and it would make things harder to explain when we decide we want to get married. Guess that's what happens when you're too busy for your own man, though, huh? Mia, what the hell? You already had a time where you were messing around with other people's husbands, yet you still didn't learn your lesson then when you were found out about? And this time you've gone after my husband? How far are you planning to go with all of this bullcrap? Well, come on. Jason told me that you were never home to spend time with him, so he was getting fed up with the time he was wasting. And so when I realized all of that, I flirted with him a little, and he sure did take that bait real quick. It must have been months since you two did anything with each other as well, because our first night out, he was on top of me faster than I could have ever imagined. What? And now, Jason and I are in the middle of getting ready for a little romantic vacation together. We decided to take a trip out to the Bahamas to stay at a resort and get all comfortable with each other, if you know what I mean. What the frick? We plan to be here for 2 weeks, so don't expect to see us for a little while, and don't even try contradicting one of us. Not only are you going to tell me you're making love to my husband, but now you're saying you guys went on a romantic trip? And where the heck are you getting the money to go on that trip? You don't have that kind of money right now, right? What are you talking about? I have the money from Dad, but this time Jason told me that the trip was on him. Wait, Jason's paying? Oh, we're about to be flying out of the country, so we both won't be able to text you for a little while. Wait. And once we have Wi-Fi, I'm still keeping my phone off because I don't want this trip wasted listening to you complain all the time. But our mom is in the hospital right now. The doctor even told me that right now is looking pretty difficult for her and that she'll need to be here for a while to get all of the treatments she needs. You do realize that doctors are always blowing that crap out of proportion just so they can get all of the extra money from those needless operations, so I'm not worried. But you still don't understand that, so you'll just have to waste all your money on nothing. Mia! See you later! Jason, what the hell have you been doing with my little sister? Going after my sister like that while you are married to me is frickin' ridiculous.
Crap! I thought I turned off my phone for the time being, but I must have just put it to sleep for a little bit.
Well, thank God for that. So are you going to explain to me now what the hell is going on with you two? Are you actually cheating on me with my little sister?
Sure am. Turns out that I love Mia now. I've never felt myself so attracted to a woman until now, and man, does it feel amazing.
You're just going to brag about how much you love her right in front of me? Well, we'll get to all of this later. Right now, my sisters and my mom is in the hospital, and that would be your mother-in-law. Do you really think right now is the time to be having an affair with my sister in the Bahamas?
Stop trying to act like I'll start feeling bad about her being in the hospital while I'm trying to have fun here.
Seriously?
All right, I think that's enough of you already for today.
Wait, Jason.
I want to spend these next few weeks focusing on Mia, and even losing a second of that listening to you is such a waste. So go ahead and enjoy your time sitting in the hospital waiting for her to get better. And how about if you enjoy it a little for your sister and I as well? And on a final note, when we get back, we are getting divorced right away.
Ah, is that so? Well, don't act like this will all be over by the time you're both back. Ava, I'm home. I'm back in the country now, so I've decided to turn my phone back on for you. Mia? I can't believe how awesome those 2 weeks with Jason were in the Bahamas. He sure is such a compassionate and loving man. And so, now that we're back, your time is up and you need to get going on packing your things and leaving this house. It's all your fault. It is all your fault that Mom passed away. The day that you two turned off your phones was the day things took a turn for the worst with Mom. And to add to that, the funeral for her is already over with. and the burial and everything is also finished. What? What are you talking about now? And why are you acting like this is all my fault? You know how 3 months ago Mom had already become pretty ill and was having trouble living on her own, right? Well, before Dad passed away, he had given Mom a ring to wear to remember him by. And so when she was in the hospital, she planned on wearing that ring to have a sense of him still being beside her. However, when she looked inside the ring box for said ring, it was not in there. And just like that, Mom had started to head downhill. But do you know what really broke her heart? It was the note that was left in there saying that the ring was going to waste, so it had to be sold for some good money. And just as I thought, that note was written in your dang handwriting. Ah. And so the very next day, after she had lost all hope, she breathed her final breath. Do you understand the despair you created for Mom after taking away the only thing that kept her attached to Dad? I was able to call all around town to see if there were any jewelry stores that had the ring, but by the time I had finally found where it was and had them send it to us, it was too late. And that is such a crappy story that there's no way Mom dying could be seen as my fault. And no matter what you try and say, that ring was going to be mine eventually. The only thing that happened was the timing of me selling it was a bit too soon. I don't think so. All of Mom's things that you expected to get from her were never going to go to you. Huh? I was under the impression that you didn't want to inherit any of her things, and since I'm the only other sister, I'd be allowed to have all her things. I think I told you that I never made that promise with her things. Then how the heck do you know that she wasn't giving me anything? Because I have Mom's will right here with me. Huh? It says here that instead of giving you anything in the will, she wanted to keep it all away from you as a way of you paying her back for selling her precious ring. Huh? And don't think that this document isn't official because I watched her write it all. And not only that, her lawyer was with us when writing everything down, so it's a legal document saying that everything is to go to me after she passes. Really? This all has to be a joke, right? Everything I'm telling you right now is a fact, Mia. And I made sure to have this paperwork all dealt with while you were on vacation with my husband having an affair, so now there is no point in trying to rewrite anything. What the? So now, before you try to run away from this, hurry up and get back here. And if you still want to run away, at least run all the way to hell or something, because it is about time you realize all your sins and pay for them. Please, Ava, what is this all about Jason not being the CEO of his company? Why the hell are you the CEO? Oh, so you're on about that now, huh? Well, that's why I thought it was so funny that you said that Jason had paid for your guys' trip to the Bahamas. Hey, why did he lie to me? And why are you the CEO? Wasn't that company the one that Jason's father founded and led? So shouldn't that make Jason the CEO right now? Right. Half a year ago, Jason was the CEO of this company. Huh? Then why are you now the CEO of that company? Well, it turns out that Jason wasn't really meant to be a leader of any company, as he just couldn't keep up with the workload. And so I was later told that if I wanted to, I could take his place and lead the company. Of course, the company was a bit concerned by this option at first, but when they realized I was the only one that could keep the company from collapsing, they came to me and asked. Of course, after the change, Jason was allowed to stay in the company as an employee, but his ego was way too big and he quit a few days after. And ever since then, Jason has been relying on me to bring in all the money into our household. In other words, he's like a freeloader. Yeah, he doesn't work and lives off me. Wait, but that's really bad for me then. I was hoping that he'd be willing to pay for me now that I have no money, but that hope is long gone. I just can't believe that he was relying on you. Yeah, and by the way, I'd really like you to pay me back for that ring you stole, okay? All in one payment if you don't mind. Wait, I can't do that now. Well, you sold that ring without even telling anyone, so I'd like my money back just as easily as it was stolen from me. But I just thought that Jason would have the money to pay Mom or you back someday. That's why I went and sold it thinking everything would be fine. But now that I know he has no money and no job, everything has changed for me. I'm not going to start feeling bad just because your stupid plan didn't work out for you. Oh, and along with all of this, I've gone ahead and sold Mom's house since she gave it to me.
Huh?
So if you've gone back there thinking you could stay there, then you have until next week to get out, okay?
But Ava!
What's up, my ex-husband?
What do you mean, ex-husband?
I already handed in all the divorce paperwork.
Crap! You handed that all in?
Huh? You thought I wouldn't divorce you after all you've done to me?
Well?
The fact that I didn't even divorce you after learning you were with someone else was rare of me. But after having that affair with my own little sister?
I just thought that you'd let me be because I gave you that position as CEO, and I thought that was more than enough.
Didn't you tell me 6 months ago that if you didn't find a new place to work after you left, it was okay for me to leave you? Well, those 6 months are over, and I still haven't even seen you try to work a job. Instead, just going out with Mia and spending all my money.
Well, but...
I'm not screwing around with you anymore, Jason. That was the promise you made to me half a year ago, so it's time we ended things between us. So I don't even want to hear a single complaint from that hole of yours about me being unfair to you.
But...
Now that I have made myself clear, I'd like you to go ahead and pay off that settlement.
Well, but I have no money!
I thought your dad had shown you a place that was hiring.
I don't want to work for that stupid factory out in the middle of the industrial park. And I've heard that the boss there doesn't like to hire people that get divorced over being unfaithful.
Oh, that lady? Isn't that the lady that tried to talk with you a while back? Well, aren't you so happy that you can try and get her to support you? Just lie about the divorce we had and say it was my fault. And then maybe she'll marry you as your sugar mama.
No way! Please, Ava, I'd like for us to get back together.
No thanks. The agonizing life of having to pay for their sins finally began. It wasn't just karma catching up to them. It was the slow, grinding punishment that seeps into every corner of your life, suffocating you bit by bit until there's nothing left but regret and the bitter taste of your own mistakes. At first, I watched their downfall from a distance, almost in disbelief. These were the people I had once trusted, once loved. The ones who had smiled in my face while stabbing me in the back. I couldn't look away, even if part of me wanted to. It was like watching the final act of a tragedy I had never asked to star in. But now it was no longer my tragedy, it was theirs. And I was content to stand at the edge of the stage, arms folded, watching as the curtains fell. Let's begin with my little sister Mia. If there was ever someone who thought the world existed to serve her, it was Mia. My sister had always been the type who acted first and never thought about the consequences. She loved the thrill of it all, the attention, the chaos, the drama. She wore recklessness like a crown, and for a while it worked. She got what she wanted. She played with people like puppets, bending them to her will, discarding them when she got bored. She believed herself untouchable, unstoppable, invincible. But life has a way of humbling even the most arrogant of souls. And when that moment finally came for Mia, it was brutal. For a long time, she had been living under our mother's roof, running wild, disappearing for days at a time. She thought she was untouchable, hiding behind the walls of the house where we had both grown up, using it as her fortress of lies and manipulation. She surrounded herself with men, luring them each into her little web of deceit. Each one thought they were special, that they were the only one, but the truth was, they were just numbers to her, placeholders to keep her entertained. She had no respect for them or their families, no regard for the lives she was tearing apart in the process. Eventually, though, the truth surfaced. It always does. One by one, the wives and girlfriends of the men Mia had been sleeping with started connecting the dots. The lies unraveled, and the fury that followed was nothing short of an inferno. Lawsuits came pouring in, legal threats, demands for compensation. It was chaos. And Mia, who once strutted around like a queen, suddenly found herself trapped in the rubble of her own kingdom. When the dust finally settled, the financial cost of her recklessness hit her like a freight train. $150,000. That's what she owed. An amount that might as well have been $1 million for someone like her. The fear in her eyes when the final numbers came in, I wish I could say I felt sorry for her, but I didn't. She had earned every cent of that debt. It was the price of playing with other people's hearts and lives like they were toys. And just when she thought it couldn't get worse, reality hit her again, harder this time. Jason, the man she thought was her ticket out of this mess, told her he was leaving her. But Mia, ever the manipulator, had already made the decision to cut him loose. He had no more value to her. His pockets were empty, his status worthless. He was no longer the golden goose she had tricked him into thinking he was. So they parted ways, both of them bitter and empty-handed, blaming each other for the ruins they stood in. From what little I hear, Mia is still out there somewhere, clawing for scraps, trying to earn enough to pay off what she owes. But I'm not part of her world anymore. I cut her off entirely. I don't answer her calls. I don't respond to her messages. She's on her own, and as much as it stings to say it, that's where she belongs now. She made her bed, and now she has to lie in it, without me there to soften the blow. Now, let's move on to Jason, my ex-husband, the man who stood at the altar and made promises he never intended to keep, the man who looked me in the eyes and told me he loved me while he was betraying me behind my back. When everything fell apart, I made sure he understood that our chapter was closed for good. The house we had once shared, it was under my name, and I made damn sure he would never set foot in it again. But I didn't stop there. I didn't just kick him out. I sent all his belongings to that factory boss's wife, the woman he had been having an affair with. I wanted them to face each other, to have no choice but to confront the mess they had made. I imagined the awkward conversations they'd have as they unpacked the boxes together. It was petty, I'll admit it, but it felt good. It felt like the kind of petty justice that fit perfectly with the crimes they committed. A few days later, I got a payment from her. She paid off every penny Jason owed me. I didn't even have to chase him for it. She wrote the check, probably to make sure I stayed out of their lives. Fine by me. They could have each other. They could rot together in the little fantasy world they built on lies and betrayal. And now Mia and Jason are both stuck in their own personal hells, isolated, bitter, full of resentment. Their lives are exactly what they deserve, empty, lonely, and suffocating. They burned every bridge they ever had, and now they get to live in the ashes. And me? I get to walk away, knowing I'll never have to see their faces again. That is its own kind of freedom. But there was still one last thing I had to do, one last tie to the past that I needed to sever before I could finally move on with my life. The ring. My mother's ring. The one my father gave her when they were young, when they still believed in things like love and loyalty. That ring had meant everything to her. It was a symbol of a bond that no one could break, a reminder of the life they had built together. And after everything that happened, I couldn't stand to see it sitting in a box, gathering dust, becoming nothing more than a reminder of pain and betrayal. So I wrapped it up carefully, placed it in a little velvet box, and drove to the cemetery. It was a cold day, gray skies hanging heavy overhead. The air smelled like rain. I sat by her grave, the weight of everything that had happened pressing down on me. I told her everything, every betrayal, every lie, every heartbreak. I told her how Mia and Jason had finally gotten what they deserved. I told her how justice had been served in the most fitting way possible. And for the first time in a long time, I felt like she was listening, like she was sitting there beside me, nodding, maybe even laughing a little at the absurdity of it all. I dug a small hole next to her headstone and placed the ring inside. I whispered to her that now she could have it back. Now she could feel close to Dad again. Maybe it was silly. Maybe it was pointless, but in that moment, it felt right. It felt like closure. As I stood there, staring at the little patch of dirt where the ring now rested, I realized something. I wasn't angry anymore. I wasn't bitter. I wasn't haunted by the ghosts of what could have been. For the first time in what felt like forever, I was free. Free from them, free from the past, free from the weight of carrying their sins on my back. I walked away from the graveyard that day with my head held high. The city lights flickered in the distance, a reminder that life moves on, no matter how broken we feel inside. And as I walked toward my car, I smiled. I had survived the storm. I had weathered every betrayal, every heartbreak, every knife in the back. And now, finally, I could let it all go. I was done being their victim. I was done clinging to the past. I was ready to live again. But even as I walked away from that grave, as the cold wind tugged at my coat and the sky above threatened rain, something inside me trembled. There was relief, yes, a weight lifted, but there was also something else lingering in the quiet, a hollow, aching stillness. I had spent so long consumed by revenge, by bitterness, by the need to make them pay that now I wasn't sure what to do with myself. For months, maybe years, my life had revolved around anger. It had been the fuel that got me out of bed, that pushed me forward when I wanted to crumble. And now that it was over, I stood there in the emptiness, uncertain. The truth was, letting go was harder than I thought it would be. I sat in my car for a long time, hands gripping the steering wheel, staring at the cemetery gates. I thought about my mother, about how she had spent her entire life devoted to a family that, in the end, betrayed her memory. How she had loved us, protected us, believed the best in us, even when we didn't deserve it. And maybe that was the cruelest part of it all, that she died never knowing how far we had fallen. Or maybe, in some way, she always knew. Maybe she saw it coming and tried to protect me from it. I leaned my head back against the seat, closed my eyes, and breathed. For the first time in a long time, I let the tears come. They slid down my cheeks silently, like apologies whispered to no one. I wasn't crying for Mia or Jason. I wasn't even crying for my mother. I was crying for myself, for the girl I used to be, the one who believed in happy endings, in loyalty, in love that lasted. That girl was gone now. She had been shattered by betrayal, and what remained was someone harder, colder, sharper around the edges.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Josie, your amazing superior big sister has a very important announcement to make.
MJ? Is that you?
Of course it's me, your one and only big sister, the college graduate who still bothers to check in on her poor expelled from high school little sister. You should feel honored, really. I mean, I'm doing you a favor.
Wow. Haven't heard from you in ages, and you come in swinging like nothing's changed, huh? Impressive. Real classy.
So no matter how much you hate to hear it, we live in two completely different social worlds now, Josie. You're at the very bottom, and I'm staring at the top. You should at least show some respect when you speak to me.
And? This isn't just a random flex call, is it? If you've got something to say, just spit it out. I'm actually busy over here, believe it or not.
Straight to the point, are we? Fine. I'm getting married, okay?
Oh, wow. So there was someone out there willing to marry you, huh? Color me shocked.
Excuse me?
No, really. I mean, what a surprise.
You've got some nerve, sis. You, who didn't even graduate, still unmarried, still stuck at the bottom of the barrel. What right do you have to mock me?
Me? Mocking? You must be imagining things.
Listen up, brat. My fiancé? He's a department manager at the hottest IT company in the industry right now. Elite salary, fast-tracked career path, you name it. He's way out of your league, obviously. It's all thanks to my college degree, something a dropout like you could never even dream of. Looks like the gap between us is just going to get even bigger, huh? Sorry about that.
Yeah, you sure sound sorry. If you're gonna laugh at the end, maybe don't bother with the fake apology.
Ugh! Are you seriously too dense to recognize when you're being insulted? God, this is why I say you're hopeless.
And this is why I can't take you seriously. I mean, your insults are so stale, I have to insult you back just to keep myself awake.
What did you say?
Wow, look at us getting off track. Didn't you say you had something important to tell me? Or was this just your usual superiority parade?
You're the one derailing things, and not me.
Okay, my bad. So, let me guess. You're getting married, and you're about to tell me I'm not invited to any of the wedding events, right? Wouldn't want your bottom-feeding sister embarrassing you, huh?
Sorry to disappoint you, but it's the opposite. You are invited.
Wait, what? Really?
Yeah, really. Turns out my fiancé works with one of my old classmates, and, well, he knows I have a sister, so there's no hiding you.
I see. So that's why you're stuck with me, huh?
We're doing the family introduction this Saturday at noon. You will be there.
Hold up. This Saturday? Are you kidding me? Did I not tell you I'm in Arizona right now? That's like a 3-hour flight, MJ. You couldn't have given me more notice?
Doesn't matter. You're coming. His family is super traditional and takes this stuff seriously. Grandma, grandpa, aunts, uncles, everyone's gonna be there.
Wow. You're really going all out on this one, huh?
Exactly. Think of it as your chance to help me pass this very critical first test in my journey to becoming Mrs. Elite. So suck it up and cooperate.
Fine. I had other plans, but I guess I'll make it work somehow.
That's the spirit. Oh, and just so we're clear, don't open your mouth unless absolutely necessary, okay? I don't need your dropout status ruining my image.
Yeah. I'll just show up, stand there, and keep my mouth shut, right? Anyway, I gotta get back to work. Later.
Seriously? How dare she act so smug when she's the one stuck at the bottom of the food chain? Hey, Josie, what the hell was that just now? Why were you chatting it up with my fiancé like you two are old buddies? I step away for 1 second and you're already sneaking around behind my back? Even if you do know him from before, isn't there such a thing as boundaries? Or wait, don't tell me you got jealous, huh? Saw how handsome, successful, and perfect he is, and suddenly you thought, maybe I can snatch him from myself. This is exactly why I say people like you, high school dropouts at the bottom of the food chain, have no sense of decency.
Wow, still playing the middle school insults card, huh? You really went all in back there during the family intro, too. Telling his parents and grandparents I'm just your embarrassing dropout sister who doesn't count as family? Or that having someone like me in your bloodline is a disgrace. You really do love showing off, don't you?
Of course I do. And let me make something crystal clear. You even think about making a move on my fiancé, and I will never forgive you.
Relax, I'm not like you, you know. I don't make a habit of stealing other people's boyfriends.
What did you say?
Come on, MJ, we both know the stories. I mean, I didn't date anyone back when I was still living at home, so you never had a chance to stab me in the back directly. But everyone in town knew you had a thing for borrowing your friends as boyfriends. And not just once or twice, right? It was, what, your hobby?
So what if I did? If I wanted something, I took it. That's how winners operate.
Good for you. All I'm saying is you don't have to worry about me doing that. I'm not like you. I don't need to cling to someone else's leftovers to feel superior.
You better not say a single unnecessary word to my fiancé. If I find out you've been filling his head with crap about me, I swear, Josie, I will make you regret it.
Relax, I'm not doing anything. I'm not saying anything. Trust me, I have zero interest in your perfect little fairy tale life.
Good. Just remember your place.
Yeah. Anyway, I've got somewhere to be. Unlike some people, I don't have time to obsess over appearances all day. Later.
Ugh, she's so damn smug for someone who's barely scraping by. What a joke. Josie, pick up your damn phone right now.
Whoa, calm down, MJ. Your choice of words is getting a little out of hand.
Shut up. What did you say to him, huh? What the hell did you tell my fiancé behind my back?
What are you even talking about?
Don't play dumb with me. What did you whisper to him when you snuck around and chatted with him at the end of the gathering? Don't pretend you didn't.
He asked me a few questions on his own. I didn't say anything during the whole face-to-face. At least not until you stormed off and left me standing there.
Like hell you didn't. Listen up, you dropout disgrace. You don't even deserve to breathe the same air as a college graduate like him. If you don't want to ruin my perfect marriage, you better get your facts straight and go to college yourself first.
About that, I am a college graduate, actually.
What?
Yeah, I got my high school equivalency while working. Then I enrolled in K University.
K University? Wait, hold on a second. My fiancé also went to K University.
Mm-hmm. He was a senior when I was a freshman. We weren't exactly close, but we had mutual acquaintances. So yeah, we did know of each other.
You've got to be kidding me. That means...
Yeah, he was pretty surprised you kept calling me a dropout. Actually asked me, didn't you tell them you graduated? Awkward, right?
Why the hell didn't you say that sooner?
I did. Remember 6 years ago? Sent a message to the family group chat. Told everyone I got my equivalency, then passed the entrance exams for K University. And 2 years ago, told everyone I graduated. No, you didn't. I did. No one replied, but I saw the red receipts from everyone, you included.
Lies. All lies. You're a dropout. Always have been.
You can scream all you want, but the truth is I'm a graduate, and your fiancé, who is also my university senior, can confirm it.
No.
And just so you know, Grandpa, Grandma, Uncle, Aunt, they all know too.
No way.
And yet you sat there with them spewing your dropout trash talk about me right in front of his family while knowing nothing.
But dropouts are trash. That's how the world works.
Sure. Then you'll be okay when your fiancé breaks off the engagement, right?
Why would he do that?
Didn't know, huh? His father's a high school dropout too. Climbed his way up to an executive level through grit and persistence. Your precious fiancé said I could tell you that now since, well, he's pretty disgusted by the way you and the family acted towards me.
That's impossible. A dropout? An executive? Are you joking?
Nope. That whole bully your daughter-in-law act the family put on, he and his parents saw it. He said he nearly walked out of the venue. He could already see what kind of hell you'd make for his family after marriage. Guess that's why he's pulling the plug.
No, this is wrong. This isn't how it's supposed to be. I'm a college graduate. I'm the winner. You can't win against me.
Oh, MJ, it's cute how much faith you put in your degree.
What the hell does that mean?
Where have you been working since graduation? I mean, if you're gonna brag, at least show some results.
What does that have to do with anything?
Local gossip says you didn't even bother job hunting. Chased after high-income men clinging to, I'm a K University graduate, like a badge. Used it to sneer at other women in the neighborhood. Guess what? They've been laughing behind your back for years now. Your whole family is the town joke.
Lies. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up!
Anyway, your fiancé, or rather ex-fiancé, and his family asked me to pass along their regards. They said goodbye, and so do I. I won't be informing the family when I get married. I'm cutting ties for good.
Wait, you can't.
Watch me. And so, in the end, it was inevitable. My sister's engagement was officially broken off by her fiancé. Given everything that had happened, the arguments, the lies, the suffocating expectations she placed on him, it had only been a matter of time before he finally reached his limit. When the announcement came, there was no long discussion, no pleading negotiations, no attempts at reconciliation. It was over, clean and absolute. Surprisingly, there were no demands for compensation, no lawsuits, no insistence on returning the expensive gifts, nor talks of reparations for the humiliation that had played out like a slow-motion disaster for all to witness. He simply wanted to cut his losses and sever ties as efficiently as possible. At least, that's what he told her. But for my sister, it wasn't about the money. What she lost that day was far worse, at least in her eyes. She lost the key to a future she had meticulously crafted in her mind, a future of luxury, influence, and power. Because this wasn't just any man she had been engaged to. He was, as she had proudly bragged on countless occasions, the epitome of what she deemed high spec. He was a man with a brilliant career, a future full of promise, and a six-figure salary before the age of 30. His father, too, was an executive in a major corporation, his network sprawling across industries, promising a safety net of connections that most people would kill for. To my sister, this wasn't just a man. He was her ticket out of mediocrity, out of the dull, ordinary life she feared more than anything. And when that ticket was suddenly snatched away from her, she couldn't accept it. She wouldn't accept it. My sister wasn't the type to admit defeat. Instead, she spiraled into obsession. Her pride, her ego, both deeply rooted in appearances and status, wouldn't let her walk away with dignity. She told herself that he still loved her, that if she could just make him see, just corner him into a moment of weakness, he'd come back to her. But it wasn't love, it was delusion, and soon it turned into something far more dangerous. She began stalking him. At first it was subtle, waiting outside his office, coincidentally showing up at the restaurants he favored, sending texts that began as pleas but quickly escalated into accusations and threats. She followed him in the shadows, convinced that if she could just be near him, he would realize they were meant to be. But her behavior grew more erratic, more desperate. She began harassing his friends, his colleagues, even his family. She lost sight of reality, trapped in a downward spiral of obsession. Eventually, she crossed the line into criminal behavior. She violated the anti-stalking law. The police were called, she was arrested, and with that arrest came the stain she could never scrub away, a criminal record. One that would follow her for the rest of her life, a scarlet letter branding her as unstable, dangerous, unfit for the very society she once tried so hard to climb into. Now, the already slim chances of her marrying into a respectable family, let alone one of high standing, had been all but obliterated. My parents, as proud and image-obsessed as she was, panicked. They couldn't stand the idea that their eldest daughter might forever be branded a social failure. They scrambled to salvage the situation, clinging desperately to whatever hope they could find. They began an all-out assault on the marriage market. Matchmaking agencies, blind dates, introductions from acquaintances and distant relatives. They tried everything. But each attempt only led to more heartbreak, more rejection. No one wanted to be associated with a woman with a record. The whispers spread quickly in such circles. My sister became a cautionary tale, the one everyone avoided. And then, in their desperation, they fell for a scam. It was almost inevitable, really. They were the perfect marks, desperate, vulnerable, blinded by the fantasy of salvaging their pride. A man claiming to be a marriage broker introduced them to what he described as the ideal match. An elite bachelor with impeccable lineage waiting for the right bride. Of course, there were processing fees, introduction fees, background checks to cover. My family, eager to believe that this was their last chance, handed over everything. By the time they realized they'd been conned, they were $50,000 in debt. And that was how they ended up where they are now. My sister and both of my parents working themselves to exhaustion every day, trying to chip away at the debt that hangs over them like an ever-present storm cloud. They live in a small apartment now, stripped of their former comforts, constantly bickering, blaming one another for the mess they created. There are days when I hear bits and pieces from distant relatives or old neighbors about how things are going in that household. None of it is good. The tension, the bitterness, the regret, it poisons every corner of their lives now. They lash out at each other because there's no one else left to blame. And yet, I feel nothing but relief that I severed ties with them when I did. If I hadn't, I might have been dragged down with them, suffocated by their delusions, crushed under the weight of their unrelenting obsession with status. Sometimes, late at night, a flicker of guilt crosses my mind. They are, after all, still my family by blood. But that's where the sentiment ends. Blood ties mean nothing if they only bring you pain. I chose a different path. One of quiet happiness, one built on mutual respect and love rather than appearances and social climbing. I married a man who values kindness over status, sincerity over wealth. His family welcomed me warmly, offering the kind of support and acceptance I never found in my own home. Now I live a peaceful life, far removed from the chaos of my family's downfall. I've learned to appreciate the small joys, the warmth of a genuine conversation, the comfort of a quiet meal with loved ones, the freedom to live without pretense or fear of judgment. I finally understood that happiness isn't found in luxury or status. It's in the people who accept you for who you are, not for what you can bring to their image.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.